Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hello, fam. So, guys, over the months, we have been wishing and hoping and praying that the AES would get a port. And you know, a port is very important for their growth. We hoped Senegal would do it. Senegal came. We saw Jomai Faye saying, no, it cannot work. We are not joining. We hoped Togo for Nyasimbe would support them. We saw Ghana, we hoped, never worked. So it's been calm, it's been quiet until this week we saw the three duos going to meet the president of Morocco, King Mohammed VI. So, in a move aimed at consolidating cooperation ties between the Confederation of the Sahel States and the Kingdom of Morocco, His Majesty King Mohammed VI granted an audience to the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso on April 28, 2025. This royal audience allowed the ministers to discuss the progress and challenges of the years with His Majesty the King and to benefit from his advice to strengthen the dynamics of the cooperation. I don't know how they are going to benefit that, but before then, we'd seen a lot of things happening, including this guy from America, that is General Michael Langley, commander of the African Command, conducting his third visit to Algeria on January 22nd, 2025, where he signed a military cooperation memorandum of understanding. And we also noted that that's what could be reason why Algeria was bold enough to shoot down the Malian drone that was monitoring and preparing to wipe out terrorists who are gathered together in Tinzawatenek. And we noted that General Langley has been to Togo, Benin, Mauritania, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, that all these countries which share borders with the AES. So while Algeria was doing that, we have seen these guys going to Morocco. And the one thing that we noted from this, and we have seen people reporting, is that the three countries have endorsed Morocco's initiative to provide them with access to the Atlantic Ocean through the airports. This move comes after the three countries left equal. So, and they are strengthening ties with Russia and distancing themselves from traditional Western partners. So, I'm wondering, is it Algeria or is it Morocco? And there was a time that you've seen Mali all the time fighting with Algeria,
Algeria.
and Niger had normalized ties. But this time they said you cannot fight our brother, and we keep quiet. So Algeria, I think, is back with France, or I don't know if they still have something with Russia. But we are also seeing Morocco supporting the AES. It gets complicated because Morocco is a good friend of France. So wow, this is more complicated. But if they are going to benefit from the port, good. If they are going to get support geopolitically, good. But these days you don't know who is your enemy.
Desperation can make you do anything. These three brothers are desperate for a port. And at some point, Niger was fighting with Benin, Patrice Talon,
Yeah.
all this sabotage and trying to get a port for you to sell your crude oil to China and having somebody sabotage you because they know that you are their only hope. It becomes very difficult when you are so desperate to do some trade with somebody else who is not part of the linkage but needs to but you need to involve somebody in that kind of, linkage or transportation of the goods. So I don't know. I just hope that Morocco will not use this against the three brothers because knowing that they are so desperate for this kind of setup,
Yeah.
it makes it very easy for anybody to prey on them. And Algeria, we know, is an enemy. And once you become an enemy of one, you become an enemy of all. So there's no way that we can now trust Algeria to say, help us out. And I'm not sure about Morocco. These people don't even see themselves
As
as one of
Africans,
us.
yeah.
So how do we now trust you to help us or work with us? I don't know. I this one for me, it's if I had it my way, I would say no. We look for somebody an alternative. But looking at the rest of the African brothers, all of them are even worse than Morocco. So these brothers have to tread carefully when it comes to this one. The time that Senegal said they will not be part of this, it was a disappointment for me because that was my only hope.
Yeah, and these guys have been going through Mauritania. I've seen them trying to, you know, normalize cooperation, especially Mali, which borders Mauritania.
Mm.
And I wonder, can they benefit through Mauritania? But Mauritania, has also problems because they are those people who are between those who don't consider themselves Africans and the Africans.
Mm.
And they tend to, the north of the Sahel, they tend to feel like they are better than the
The rest of
people.
us.
Yes. So that's a problem. But we can say if Algeria is with the US, then there's a problem. And we saw Michael Langley, like said, talking about Burkina Faso using their gold to pay for protection. Remember some times ago, last year, we saw the same guy saying that the Africon is in Africa for mining concessions and to ensure that China and Russia does
Are
not
out
does not
for access and control. That's what
yeah
he puts
yeah
it.
Sure, Langley, can you talk about why we care about what's happening in Africa right now? I mean, what if you tell the American taxpayer, why are we there? Why are we spending the money we're spending there?
For access and influence. I'd say that a number of countries are at the tipping point of actually being captured by the Russian Federation as they are spreading some of their false narratives across Libya. And from a strategic answer piece, access influence across the whole Maghreb, that is NATO's southern flank.
and for mining concessions and to ensure that Russia and China do not get the rights to mining and all that. I think what made him very angry this time is because Burkina Faso gave Nord Gold, a Russian state, mining company. They got a license to mine gold in Burkina Faso, and the council adopted a decree granting the large-scale industrial gold mining permit named NIOU to Nord Gold NIOU SA. The requested permit covers an area of about 52.8 square kilometers and is located within the exploration permit named NIOI belonging to Gilbe Burkina. SERL. The total expected production from the Nyobe deposit located in Koruego Province, Central Plateau region, is estimated at 20.223 tons of gold. So, in accordance to current regulations, GLB Burkina SARL holds 85% of the shares and the Burkina State a 15% without contribution. So that is the mining code. And as a direct contribution to the state budget, 51.5 billion francs or 89 million are planned throughout the life of the project, and a contribution of 7 billion SAFA or $12 million is expected to be made to Mining Development Fund. The provision of the mine rehabilitation and closure funds amounts 1.2 billion SAFA, which is $2 million. And with a lifespan of 8 years, the project will create 204 jobs, including 75 direct jobs and 109 indirect jobs. It will also maintain jobs at the Bisa Gold SA gold mine. So I think these guys are angry that Burkina gave Russia a mine. So that's why Michael Langley was saying he's paying for protection from Russia. So we can always, connect these things that AES will forever win.
Brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you would love to support us, we have Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below. Also have it on the screen. We also have super thanks and super chats. You can also support us by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.